On the menu, it said Yuengling Flight. And I was unsure.
Yuengling is our local brew.
Yeah, Yuengling is the local brew.
It's a Philadelphia beer, which is so common that traditionally you can order it by saying, give me a lager.
Give me a lager,
and
yeah.
if you say lager, you get a Yuengling.
And you will get and that's like how they market it on the commercials and everything. But
yeah.
So we saw Yuengling Flight, and I didn't know if it was a flight. If you're into microbrews, like a flight is usually 4 tastes,
like a sampling,
exactly, of a beer, or if it was Yuengling Light and they accidentally put an F before it and misprinted the menu.
Well, now it looked peculiar because I'm like, okay, a Yuengling Flight, but it said flight. And that's what I know a flight is.
It was like Yuengling Lager, Yuengling Light, maybe the Black and Tan, and maybe the Oktoberfest or something, because they do make different,
Golden Ale.
So I thought that's what it might be. So we ordered it, and it's its own beer. It's Yuengling Flight. It's a super light.
Yeah,
you like Bud Light Platinum.
Yeah, basically, or like even like Michelob Ultra or something, where it's like a 96
it's like
calorie
almost
kind
a water.
of thing.
It's like a water beer. It's like very, very light, but it's called Flight for whatever reason.
Yeah,
like, does it fly or like
Yeah,
but. We're all there. And then once we got that, I have to say it was hilarious just to think like, okay, we were thinking of a flight of...
We super overthought what it was.
We're going to bring you out a flight of our finest Yuengling.
Yeah, of our finest Yuengling.
It's like our finest Budweiser.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like it's just a beer that Yuengling is pretty much the Coors or Bud or whatever light.
It's
Miller.
Better than that, but yeah,
it's definitely is better than them, but it is like regarded the same way. It's a cheap beer. You get it. In Philly, you can get it a pint of it for $5 or whatever, $3 for a pint, and 22 is a $5.
But here's the thing.
Cheap.
We got to actually do a flight of Yuengling sometime.
Yeah.
Because there's enough types of them. You could probably do like a 6 at least.
There is an Oktoberfest, and their Yuengling Oktoberfest is pretty good.
It was funny because when the waitress came over, I was explaining, because we had this whole conversation while it was going on. I'm like, wait a minute. And then we're having this conversation. I'm like, wait. She said something weird. She said, "Oh yeah, that one's good." I'm like, "That one is good."
Yeah. It was a little suspicious, but I mean, she didn't understand what we were asking, and obviously we didn't explain ourselves enough. I guess like we should have been like, "Hey, does this mean like a sampling?" Or, but it was.
We did tell her like we didn't know what we were going to get. We kind of just threw it out there.
Well, she was very apologetic, but it wasn't. It was not her fault. It was nobody's fault.
No, we said we didn't know. We wanted to understand what it was.
Yeah. Everyone knows what a flight of wine or beer or whiskey is. You can't call anything alcohol flight.
Yeah.
Because if you say, "Hey, I'll have a flight of like a Scotch flight," and you bring me one Scotch called flight, that's fucked up. I think they did it to be assholes.
Yes.
That could be. I mean, honestly, you'd think an alcohol company or a beer company would know not to do that.
Fuck you, Yuengling. Like,
oh my God.
I mean, the only way that it could be more confusing is if they called it like the Yuengling sampling.